YouTube off. Maybe the camera's a little bit wonky.
All your viewers.
Nah, it's fine. Right. So then now Discord's announced that I'm live. Let's announce that I'm live on X. Alright, so
you know, you got pretty good hair for an old guy, but you're just not Tickle without the baseball cap. Gotta say.
What happened with it?
It makes me hot.
Wow.
I'm an old man, innit? Hot. No, well, no, I am that kind of hot, innit? But, you know. Alright, we posted. That's all good. Right, where's my spreadsheet? Son. Tech, Agent Meat, how we doing? Skywolf, Doug, how we doing?
Datas.
Tell everyone to come and see me. I know it's late night. Let's do this. Tech says bots online. Yep, someone fire the bots up. Alright, Kingdom. Menno, how we doing? Got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up.
Bot reporting for duty.
Sunset bot here. Fex here. How we doing, guys? But beep bop bop. Beep bop bop.
What's up, Gustavo, you legend?
Gusta, how we doing, my man?
Gustavo.
We got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it. Right, so we're gonna talk about Streamline because everyone's saying it's amazing, and I don't believe that it is. So I'm gonna prove it.
I'm in that camp.
Thanks, Gusta. I don't believe that Streamline is good. I think everybody's lying.
Well, we can see where our money went. You got the white suit.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Here's the main problem with Streamline right off the bat.
It doesn't work with the shield anymore. All right, B4.
No, that's not the main problem. The second you get downed and your hive pops,
yes,
you are fucked for 2 minutes.
Well, there's a solution to that. I can switch to my pesty. So there is a solution to that, but that's not my main reason why.
But I mean, you're not getting Streamlined for 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Ben, thank you for the follow and welcome in, sir.
Yeah, I've already quote unquote tested it.
B4, you all right, pal?
An ad break?
Matty, all right? An ad break already?
Oh. Yeah, you got hit with an ad break right off the bat.
Fuck.
Just like pre-rolls.
Fuck, Twitch. All right, 1 minute. Eating, then get on div 2. Nice, nice. Yeah, so we're going to go over all the good bits, all the bad bits. We're going to do the stats. I mean, I'm already lying a little bit. I've done some stats already, but I need to make the visual stats so that I can, like, present it. You know what I mean? Sup, Q? Fuck you too. Oh, my God. Why have we got ads already? Like, it's meant to be I don't have ads. Oh, fucking ads.
RNG timer?
I don't know, man. I'm sure I set it so that people who came in didn't get ads straight away so that it wouldn't put people off. So wisey. But anyway. Fucking Twitch, man. Right, so this is the build I want right here. And that's not the gun that I want because that's now a bad example because they added the Purist. So we're going to go with Dark Winter. You got ads? Fucking ads, man. Right, so this is what we're going to go with first. We need to take off modifiers because that's cheating. And then we're over cap. The question is, how much over cap are we? Still over cap. It's so easy to cap crit chance with an SMG. So easy. We've got another follow. Who's in now? Zagbeat. Thank you for the follow, buddy. What's up, Tiny? And then when we do this chat, you can then go to every other person and go, listen, Streamline is not as good as what you're saying. Stop lying. Stop saying them things. Stop saying them words. Right, so we're good here. So we're exactly 60% crit chance. That's wonderful. 162% crit damage, but then we will have the Dark Winter on, which is going to give us a buttload more crit damage. And that's what we're going to go with. Sunset, you loved the interview with Yannick? I did as well. And do you know what? Not a lot of people picked up on his comment at the end. He told us about like there's definitely harder content coming. He's never said that anywhere else. He's just said they want to make things harder. Like, you know. Caretaker is better. Caretaker's good. Yeah, I did a video on that. Caretaker's good. Caretaker is good. So is the Huntsman and the Lexington. They're about 1% between them all. They're all very good. They're all very good. You caught that? Yeah, he was good. But he was good. And I think I've said that. I've said this before, and I'll say it a million times, and people will think that I'm just kissing ass, and I'm absolutely not. But as a person, nothing to do with like Division or whatever else, Yannick is legit the nicest guy I've ever met. Like, he's legit the nicest guy I've ever met. Oh, my man, Pure Prime. You legend.
You shoot.
You legend. All right, Paladin.
I keep forgetting.
All right, say again.
I haven't watched that video yet. I need to go watch it.
Oh, yeah, you should watch it. Guys, thank you so much for the raid. Prime, you legend. You legend. If you didn't know who I am DJ Tickle. I am the prone order, and I will flex it all the time of one of these lovely dev hoodies. I love Pure Prime and KFC. Sunset
fake
Blast.
Got that hoodie.
Liquid. Is it Liquid? Is that how we say it? Thank you so much for the follows. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Guys, I really appreciate it. We're also known as Tickle and the Bot Crew. Just if you are new here. Big Bubs. Oh, look at all this real engagement. Thank you so much. I love you guys. 50's here. How are we doing? Dub. So what we're doing, chat, gotta jump. Imagine he comes in and he's gotta jump. Prime, do you know what we need to do? We need to do something together. Like now on stream, on Twitch, we can do all this like co-streaming and stuff and that. Yeah, we like need to do some of that. Like we can dual stream and stuff on Twitch and stuff now, don't we? Can't we? We should do this. This would be good for the world, I think. If you want to, no pressure, because I'm just announcing it in front of everybody else. But like, you know, I'm part-time nowadays. Like, you know what I mean? You're like a proper streamer. I'm like a part-time one.
Watch out, he already said the date.
Like, Prime's a proper streamer. Q did some kind of highlighting thing in the chat for 20 bits. Thank you, Q. It said, do you love Pure Prime enough to send him that hoodie? No. No. Link? No.
Yeah, for that hoodie, Tickle.
But I do love him. Andy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Where is Lincoln? So, all right, hang on. We're going to go off Division for 1 second.
Linky.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, come on, bruv. Here he is. He's sleepy puppy.
There's
Prime, Dodd, and Tickle stream. I could get Dodd on board, I'm sure. That would be good, wouldn't it? Thank you for watching on YouTube as well, all you guys that are watching on YouTube. What's up, Renee? I mean, he's not really a puppy. He's 15. He's a tired old man, really, but we'll call him a puppy. What's up?
Well, yeah, he was.
Yes, sleeping. I know. Say hello to the people. Okay.
You know where the tongue was.
Thank you so much, Sunset.
He knows where that tongue's been.
He is still a puppy at heart because he's a Jack Russell. He's only this big. Like he'll always be my little boy. He'll always be my little boy. Oh, hang on. See, I say you know I'm not prepared for streaming. I've got cups on my display like a messy person. I told you I'm not a real streamer. Grunning, how we doing, buddy? Manny, thank you for the follow. Is that Manny from the White House?
You're always messy though.
Q, thank you for the giantify of the emote. Appreciate it.
That can't be Manny. He's still interviewing Schaefer.
If I hear Manny interviewing Schaefer one more time when I log in, tell you what, I'm gonna go and see Manny with me shotgun. Be like, Manny, say it again. I dare you. Just say it one more time. You see this vein in my head? It's gonna explode. What's up, Jag? You want to see my commendations? Beta, I mean, you could have at least said please. Like, you know what I mean? You coming here demanding me to show my commendations. Next you'll be saying take my pants off. What's up, JD?
Whoa.
Sunset, you heard Kelso had to go. I can't take it. That's my commendations. If you was wondering, when you get the mask, you actually get it here about 500 points earlier. And that might be because they took away some commendations at one point. So I guess that might be why it's messed up. Is it weird there's not a single named exotic ACR variant? Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of guns that don't have exotic variants, but ACR is popular. I guess it would be an obvious choice. So Wicked. Bad Jag's got a question. Chat, hold on to your hats. Oh my God, Freezy over on YouTube with the $50 dono. I need my lightweight M4 back. They have to know we want more clothing items. Like, I don't see why they don't release all the outfits Hunters were, the open world. I know, right? This one today, I think, is a prime example. Not a pure prime example, just a prime example of how much hype they can get around Hunter stuff, right? Like, it's an awesome, like, it just looks the bee's knees, right? Can you imagine if they give us the ability to dye it all and not just the backpack? That would have been just like peak, right? Matt, right, I'm telling you now, chat, if I keep getting, you need to debrief with Schaefer or Kelso had to go in me chat, I'm going to start banning. That's how serious I feel about it. That's how serious I feel about it. Did you do the Brooklyn? No, it doesn't, Beta. It goes to 1 to 16 when you complete it. Don't debrief. This was meant to be a serious stream, chat. This was meant to be a serious stream. Freezy, thank you so much for the $50 dono. That is huge, man. That is huge. So thank you so much, man. They need to fix it, Cobra. I know, right? And here's me chat keep saying it. Oh my God. Right, this was maybe serious stream, right? Serious. Because what I was going to do, right, is...
Serious.
I can't even get my words out now. I keep saying right. But the idea of this stream was to talk about Streamline. Because I feel like you're being told in a lot of places that it's amazing. And it's like the best thing since sliced bread. Maybe it was when it was 87%. I'm not so sure anymore. So we're going to debrief, right? See what I did there? We're going to debrief. We're going to do the down low. We're going to get the stats. We're going to do it all. Freezy, thank you so much, man, again. Hello, Scary. I've been working on these, by the way. Like, 'cause if they keep adding more stuff, I'll be well pissed off. Sub 2 talk. Please continue to lurk. It sets precedent if we are in good standing on Twitch. It is interesting that we have a lot of viewers in here. I love you all. All right, Biggs. I mean, has anybody got like grandmas and granddads that can tune in for Streamline stats? That would be good. Right, chat. Serious business now, right? Serious business. Prime's probably gone eating and stuff now. So if you hear from Prime, Beta with the Gigantify emote, thank you so much. Jugo with the follow, thank you so much. If you hear from Prime's community, welcome. Prime's my family, so you family are my family. What I've got is mine, and what you've got is mine, apart from the dev hoodie. Why is my score more than yours? You have 8290, and yours is less than mine. Because some of the commendations are worth more than others, so you've done some of the harder ones that I've not done. Leviosa. Thank you so much, Q. That is a really good one. Leviosa. Sounds just like me. Star, how are you doing?
Sure.
So, right. So this is the build, chat, right? This is the build. This is the build. I can't concentrate. Muttley's laughing in my ear now as well. Who's that? Matty, thank you for the Muttley. I appreciate you, buddy. Oh god. Right, and this is Dodd. You might know Dodd. He's an angry Englishman, but I love him. He has given me this very fine spreadsheet that works out damage. Right? It is awesome.
Damage.
It does everything that I need to do. How much do you need to donate for the hoodie? I couldn't sell it. Like everybody, I live month to month, you know, and I need money. But I couldn't bring myself to get rid of it. 50, don't leave. There's a purpose to this. It's not a spreadsheet stream. I am going to demo stuff. My man Tats is here. How are we doing, Tats?
Oh,
he's here as well. Tats, I need to ask you a question. So, obviously, being a fellow Englishman, the word tats means a lot of things to me.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering if that's the origin of it.
No, it's part of my last name.
You're telling me your part of your last name has something to do with boobs?
No. I wish it would. That'd be cool.
No, I can't sell it. Because, right, it's twofold, right? Twofold. I've just made friends with Ubisoft. I've just made friends with them. They invited me to Massive. I got to go there. Like, I feel like all of a sudden, like, they might like me a little bit, just a little bit, because I like them a lot. It's a very one-sided. I like them up here. They might like me down here. And I feel like if they find out I sold the hoodie, not that I want to, please don't get this confused. I don't want to sell the hoodie. But if they find out that I sold the hoodie, they might be like, fuck you, Tickle. We're never talking to you ever again.
Or did your number in the DM?
Sunset, thank you for the 100 bits and the fart. I appreciate it. Beta, you'll take it for free.
Besides, if he did it, then a certain someone would have cannon fodder for proof that he's definitely fake.
Yes. And if you're wondering, chat, this is not real. This is all AI. And most of you are as well in my chat. You just don't know it.
Yeah, it took a while to log in. The AI program was a bit funny.
Beta with the gigantified bits. Thank you so much. I'm losing track. How was the journey to Sweden? It's fine. It was all right. 90 minutes. It's all right. It was good. So
focused up, streamer.
Right. Let's do this, chat. Right. So let's do this. So we're gonna compare 3 or 4 builds, right? And we're going to look at what might be the downfall of Streamline and why. If someone's telling you it's absolutely amazing, I really want you to think about it when you put it in your build. Because I feel like you could be losing a lot of damage when you don't really want to. Oh my god. Thank you so much, man, for them 1,000 biddies. That is super kind of you, pushing the train to 85%. I appreciate you, buddy. Sam's here. Hello, Sam. Welcome, man.
I didn't know you were streaming.
Leno is here as well. Thank you so much. I'm not losing track. The last time I was on track was November 1995. This might be true, chat. If you are new here, I tend to talk a lot. Sometimes you have to tell me to shut up and focus up. This is a thing. But what I'm going to do today... Thanks so much for the 1,000 bits, by the way, mate. That is awesome of you. Where is the clan area in Brooklyn? I don't think there is one, Hag. Can we get a debrief? Yes, let's debrief. Right, so we're going to start off with this build, right? So we're going to go this at the top here. We're going to go dark, winter. Then we're going to go to IKEA's spreadsheet and we're going to get the base damage for the dark winter. Where is he? My main... Dark winter. Chat, if you've not followed IKEA, you should do. He's awesome. He does stats. He does stats on stats. Like, he knows stats, man. He does stats on stats. Tech, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, man. I appreciate it. Gifting to Bad Jag. That's cool. I know who you're talking about. He loves to steal builds and he says he made... my girlfriend called him out years ago. Big, he knows. If you know, you know. SO7G, thank you for the follow. And what we'll do is we'll make sure we raid somebody at the end of the stream, chat, because that's very important. So stick around for that, right? Just stick around for that. IKEA doesn't... I mean, I don't think he's part of IKEA, but he's called IKEA. And also, make sure you're following Pure Prime, because he raided us. He's awesome. Right, so... we need the backfire. And the backfire is the same gun, isn't it, as the Vector SBR 45. So the Vector SBR 45. Damn, why can I hear still? I'm like a part-time streamer, guys, and you're being very nice to me. Nope, not normalized stats. 38.3, does that look right? That does look right. Perfect. What is going on there? Peter with the 250 biddies, thank you so much. Oh my god, I have not missed that. I have not missed that. And I totally forgot it was a thing. Feezy with another 1,000 bits. My man. Over on YouTube with the donut and then here as well. Thank you so much, mate. So... right, so that... yes, so the Dark Winter. That's what I'm talking about. This is the base damage, right? So the base damage... we'll pull this over here and then you can see what I'm doing. The base damage on the Dark Winter is 38300.5. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We're going to treat it as if it's max expertise. We'll treat everything as it's max expertise, so then it doesn't make any difference if you are max or you're not. And then we're going to look at base weapon damage, and something is wrong already. So spec 15, so we must have, let's have a look here, damage target out of cover, that's good. 10% SMG damage. We've got to make sure we include that. And then that takes it to that. Alright, cool. Right, so that lines up, chat. So if you look here, that says 103,411, and then here it says 103,411. So we know that we've got all the right weapon damage in all the right places, which is cool. Chat, thanks again for the support. I know I make jokes and stuff and things like that, but all that support in chat, all the follows, the subs, the bits and everything, thank you so much. I do put everything I earn from streaming and stuff back into my content, so GG's. One day I might be famous and it'll be because of you lot, right? It'll be you lot's fault.
Into the AI generator.
Yes, it'll just pay for more AIs. Alright, Play Noob, how we doing? Chat, don't forget you can get drops. So if you're watching on YouTube and you've not got your drops, yeah, I'm not trying to discourage you from watching on YouTube because that's fire, because it gets my YouTube stats up. But maybe watch on Twitch as well because you get the drops still. There's still a thing. Right, so total weapon damage. So this is our stats now, right? So we get total weapon damage add from this. So killing increases weapon damage by 5% up to, that's 25% for unstoppable force. And then we get 20% here. So that gives us 45. So that is already correct. That's what I was doing before. Critical hit damage is 1.62. Okay, cool. Headshot is 70. That's great. We've no DTA. We've got 10% DTOC. That's all right as well. And then we need to deal with this. We need to deal with this. So, that is interesting. Does the 2-piece gear set bonus apply after with the other stats and not at the beginning? If it does, that is interesting. Need to check that. Right, so anyway, we get 20% amp damage here, which is fine, and then a further 25% when we are max. So that's fine. Right, so if I go to the range now, these numbers should match up. Apart from that 15%, I've got a funny feeling I'm going to be 15% out, which is interesting. I always thought that the gear set bonus added at the beginning and not at the end, but we'll find out. Oh, I'll tell you what we've not added. We have not added our 90% that we're going to get from this. So, critical hit damage. So, that's going to be 252. Oh shit, that's a lot. 252. Alright, cool. That's better. All right, so let's get this over here. Let's kill some
You got
stuff.
your global modifiers off.
Yeah, I turned them off, yeah. Let's kill some stuff because we need Unstoppable Force procced up. Hunter's Fury needs to get that to the cap. Put damage numbers on as well, that would help. Alright, we're at the top now. Obliterates at the top. Right, 1066. Right, okay, so I'm 20k out. That's fine. That's fine. We're good. We're good. We are good. Right, so I guess I'll be 20k out with everything. So that's fine. We can live with 20k. Is that outfit in the store? Yes. So if you're wondering what this awesome... It's very expensive. It's the most expensive thing I think they've ever put in the store, but this is it here, the Death Roll bundle. Dark, now's a good time to come back, man. Now's a really good time to come back. I think we're gonna have a lot of tinkering station changes going forward, so
But it is on sale right now.
yeah.
It's on sale. It's about fucking 50 quid, isn't it?
Well, technically it is on sale because if you want to
It is on
buy
sale.
premium credits, they're offering bundles on the premium credits with 10%, 6%, 12%, and 25% off. And I think you get another bonus from buying it as a bundle rather than all individually. So it's here for a week. I know it's, you know, it's a lot of money. It's you know, twice as much as the DLC was, but you know,
How much is it? Oh, 30 quid.
nearly 3,000 creds.
My screen says it's 3064, 20% off.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, 20.
Original price 38.30.
Yeah, that's 20% off if you buy the bundle rather than buy them all individually. The
Right.
turrets were lit up. I'm running overtime. What do you mean, Ada? Turrets, what are we talking about? 30 quid, yep. It is, Zane.
Yes.
It is. It is. It is. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it's... I mean, they've got me by the balls. Let's face it, right? I'm a sucker for vanity in this game, right? I really am.
Glory chat,
One,
tiny
because
boys.
I'm just a sucker anyway. And two, because I make the video reviews, right? But when I saw this, I was like, they've got me by the balls. I was going to buy it. Like, it could have been a tenner dearer. And I'd have gone, no, Tickle, don't buy it. You've got to eat this week. You've got a daughter to feed. And then do you know what I would have done? I'd have given beans on toast and I'd have bought it anyway, because that's how irresponsible of a father I am.
Damn.
Oh, imagine. Oh,
I'm
you
joking,
can
chat. I'm
see
joking. I'm joking. I'm
daughter, not
joking.
His wife, so.
Right, so that's the Dark Winter. Let's move on before I get myself in trouble. Do you have any
What's it?
information about the new mask? Mask study will be fixed. What do we mean, mask study? Scrap the beans. Mask study will be fixed. I'm not sure what you mean, mate. Sorry. I do have someone that speaks German in my chat on Twitch, though. If that makes it easier, if you want to speak, I'm guessing you're German, so if you want to speak in your native language, and that's easier. If you come onto Twitch and ask the question, that's fine. Catalyst isn't working right now, Ada, for some reason.
I think
Either
it's
that or it's
mask.
masked hoodie.
So, right. So, no, chat. We're going to go against... We're going to put the Purist next. That is what we're going to do next. The Purist. Because that has perfect Streamline on. Okay. No, we're not. We're jumping ahead. We're going to do the Vector. This one. So, we're going to do the Dark Winter equivalent with regular Streamline. That's what we're going to do next. Don't jump ahead. Don't jump ahead. Premature, that's premature. Alright, so we've not got as much critical hit damage now because we've taken the Dark Winter off. So we're back to 152. But, however, we have more all weapon damage because we have 42% more. So that makes it 1.82. So then that puts our base at 119. Perfect. I'm getting good at this, chat. Okay, cool. I've got the all right. So I've got the results now for this so far. That's how easy it is, but I'm not going to tell you just yet. You're going to have to wait one more second. Vector SBR dot 45 ACP. All right, next we're going to do the purist, because this thing is a little pocket rocket. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Let me just make sure our other things are right. So we're at 60 crit chance, 40, yep, 60 crit chance, 60 crit chance. And how many bullets do we get in the mag? We get less bullets in the mag, don't we? 45, is that actually right? Come on. Yeah, so we get 45 in the mag, so that needs to be taken into consideration as well. 45. 45. 45. Chat, what do you think is going to win, by the way? Like, I know we can't do such a big prediction in the chat, but what do you think is going to be what do you think is the better gun? Like, that's what I'm interested in. Alright, so now we're going to go with this little pocket rocket here. Not that one. The purist. Pure. No, we're not. We're going to do the Vector SBR.45 ACP with Flatline, because you can put Flatline on that bad boy as well, and that's less of downtime, less things to worry about. So remind me, Flatline is 15. I haven't used it in a while. Flatline is 15%. Sorry chat, I am trying to keep up with you all at the same time. Sup Sketchy, how we doing, buddy? Alright, Almighty, how we doing? So in your opinion, yeah, so this that's what we're going to come to the conclusion now, right? We'll be able, the best run and gun, we'll be able to talk about that, and the best talent and stuff like that. We're going to come to it. I did a guide on the collectibles today, chat, if you want to check it out. It was my first official Reddit approved guide. It got approved by Reddit. It got posted on Reddit. The LUD isn't better. I can tell you already the LUD is definitely not better, because the M16 is rubbish. The MK16 is rubbish. Perfect Flatline is 20. Yeah, but only regular Flatline on this. The King Breaker's another beast altogether. Hello Goose, thank you for the follow. Alright, so
what you're saying is
1 point. Go on, mate.
Reddit approved something that you did.
Reddit, I got a Reddit approved guide. I'm officially a Reddit. So Rogue Gull got a load on there, and I got one on there as well. Something else for people to hate. Okay, that's right. Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Not sure that's the endorsement you think it is.
All right, so we've got that now. We've got that now. Right, so we're going to do the purist next, and then I'm gonna show you everything, chat. So first of all, though, I need the base. Hang on. So we need to just double check this is right. So how many bullets is in the ACP again? 45. Right. So let's put that right. So 45 bullets. No, I can't knock Joker, who runs the Reddit. He was very accommodating in helping me get it sorted out. So props to him. 646. Right, something. Oh, okay. Let's do okay, so RPM is on this is 1200. RPM is 1200.
Ads in 15.
Can we snooze the ads?
Nope, all snoozes are gone.
Ah man, sorry chat.
Everybody used them.
You'll be back in just a second. On Twitch being Twitch. Okay, that winter is 1200 as well. Okay, that's right. Cool. Vector SBR.
Q put up a poll. Great. Awesome.
I don't even want to know what he did.
I noticed it too late because there were only 3 votes.
Ah.
But the correct answer won.
Yeah, but I'm also missing the answer. Capo.
Yeah.
The winner was Debrief with Schaefer.
Yep.
Debrief with. Oh my god. Right, I found an issue with the spreadsheet. I just need to try and fix this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So something is wrong there.
Welcome to spreadsheet 101 with
0745,
DJTICKLE.
0745, 11. I found it. Found it. 45. Found it. Found the problem. Right, and then last but not least, chat, we're getting there. We just need to do the purist next. So the purist is, it's not an SMG9. It's the other variant, isn't it? So purist. So IKEA, where are you, bro? Save our day here. Come and tell me what is the base damage. So what is that gun exactly? What's the base? So it's an SMG9, but there's two SMG9s, right? SMG9A2. That's going to be the one, right?
Don't ask me.
Yes, because the SMG9, the other SMG9 has -1 mod. Okay, so it's this. This is our base damage. Cool. We've got our base damage. 46734.5. And we can check that, chat. So if you didn't know, you can go into the game and we can see here a rounded up version of it. So we know we're right. 46.7 and we've got 46734. So we know we're good. So then we know our all weapon damage already, so we can change that. That's fine. And then we check our stats, make it sure it matches up with our spreadsheet. It doesn't, but that's because we need to add 47% here. So that's 1.87. So now our stats is going to line up to 148, 148, 148. It does, like a dream. 0.45. So the question is, with this one, does the crit chance and crit damage line up the same? That's the question. So let's just mod it up properly. Let's make sure. So now we're at 60% crit chance. Yes. Yes, we are. So that's crit damage. Oh, crit. That's going to have to be crit chance. Oh, hang on. The top one could be crit damage though, right? Yep. Okay, cool. And then 20 rounds in the mag. All right, so we're good now. So hang on, let me just... we'll go back. So that gives us 52. So that gives us 162. That gives us 10% more. Did I mod something wrong on the Dark Winter? We need to check that. Why would it get 70% more? 0.7.
Do you have an
Detox.
extra mod slot, maybe?
I don't think it does. I think it has the same. We'll go back and check. Right, so thank you for the follow, Cackler. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, so we got 55, 52 in the mag. 52 in the mag. And we've got 60 crit chance. Exactly. That's perfect. 52 in the mag. 60 crit chance. Perfect. Right, so let's just go back to the Dark Winter very quickly, because I feel like we did something different, right? So we had damage on the top here. Damage there. Ah, okay. Damage, damage, damage everywhere here, right? So hang on. Let's put it on here. What are we doing different, chat? What are we doing different? What am I messing up here? This has damage, damage, but this one can't have a damage mod. So that's the reason why. So damage, damage, and so we'll put crit here. We'll make it fur. So that's 60%, 162.
What will you make it?
Fur, 60%, 162. Alright, chat, we're done. We know the answer. We know the answer. So 162. So with the Dark Winter, it wouldn't be that, would it? 162 is 152, isn't it? For that. 252, sorry, 252. Yep, okay, cool. Alright, we're winning. Right, we're winning in life here. We've done it. We have done it. We have tested 52. And here we go. Here is our stats, chat. After this is the debrief. So this, right? So the problem we've got here, we have to test this twice, right? I'm sorry to say that. We have to test this with Hunter's Fury, and we have to test it with Strikers. And the reason we have to test it with Strikers is because Strikers has much more weapon damage than Hunter's Fury does. Hunter's Fury has amp damage. Strikers has actual weapon damage, right? So we have to test it twofold, which I know is unfortunate, but as of right now, look, this is what we're playing with. The Dark Winter is better, right? The Dark Winter is better. That's the debrief, right? So if anyone tells you that running Streamline is better than running the Dark Winter, they're talking from the other side of the bum. All right, Spuddy. All right. They're talking from that. But we all know Flatline, not Flatline, we all know that Killer has its downside. Because if you're playing solo, it's a win-win. You're going to kill everything. It's going to be up all of the time. We've tested that. We know what it's like. But if you are in a team, your build's not quite as optimized as somebody else or something like that, you might not get the kill. And therefore, you're going to lose damage and you're going to have no damage on. So you're like, well, in that point then, Tickle, Streamline's going to be better. And you'll be right. Streamline would be better in that point. Unless you used a skill or you went down and you used Reviver Hive. Take your Reviver Hive off if you're running Streamline, right? Take it off. So, but then we have the other option, right? We have the other option. So, what about with... So this was... So, what about if you run the regular Vector SBR with Streamline? Well, it does 4%, well, it's 7% less efficient. Sub DK is 7% less efficient. So again, so if you're going to use the Vector SBR and you're going to use Streamline, you're 7% less effective than what you are with the Dark Winter. All right, okay, cool. But, so in that case then, what about using Flatline? Well, Flatline is 1% less effective, but you can use skills and a Reviver Hive. Sup, Andy? So this is where you've got to think about these things, right? So there's nothing necessarily wrong with Streamline, right? But if you're going to run Streamline, take your Reviver Hive off, or you need to run a second gun with a different talent in its, you know, in your other slot. Not necessarily an SMG, in this case anyway, not an SMG, maybe an AR, right? You've got to basically think about your loadout a little bit more than what we normally would. No, you don't, Zane. You don't. All right, Andy. So, but there's nothing between Flatline and there's nothing between Streamline. Now, Flatline, you have to use a link laser pointer. So you're going to lose a little bit more damage as well, right? or you're going to have to use a skill to pulse, right? So, you know, we're going to have to take off 10% crit damage, right? Potentially. And let's just do that here, right? So if we were to take off 10% here, we could do that. Because we've got to run the linked laser pointer. We're now 3% less effective than the same gun with Streamline. But you can use skills. So it's what it's worth to you, right? That's what you've got to work out, right? Are you going to run a secondary gun? Or are you going to run Streamline? Or are you not, right? So that's what you got to think about, right? That's what you got to think about. And then last but not least, we've got the Purist, which comes with the perfect version of Streamline, and it falls majorly short. Because the gun that it's based on is the worst of the two variants. So if you see this one here, the SMG9, this SMG9 is better than the Purist variant. There's two SMG9s in the game. And the one with the mod slot, one mod slot less, is better and does better DPS. So it's already handicapped by being based on the wrong SMG9. And the 7% extra weapon damage that it gets doesn't make up for that downfall. Yeah, I mean, Fast Hands is great, Tats. Oh my god, Bert. So, there we go. So, when it comes to SMGs, it's just all right. It's balanced, right? This is the definition of balanced right now. If I got Dodd on here right now, he'd be like, "This is balanced, Tickle. They've balanced the talent. They've not done something stupid. They've balanced it. This is balance because you've got to either run pulse, you've got to either not have skills, or you've got to get a kill. So between all three of them, that's incredibly balanced. They've all got ups and downs. You've got to think about which one you want to run for what situation that you want to run, or run two guns with two different skills. Talents, two different talents. Is everybody happy, chat, with that before we move on? Because I think it's going to be a slightly different story when it comes to assault rifles. Oh my god, why have we got a command? Why have we got a command?
Because.
But that's alright, chat, that, isn't it? MG's not happy with the balance. I mean, the Purist is DOA. That's a shame, right? It's unfortunate. The Purist is DOA. You're better running a Vector SBR with Streamline. Like, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, the Vector is DOA. The Purist, unfortunately. Why would you nerf yourself by 30%? You or 23%? You just wouldn't, right? What about Streamline with Killer and the new mask at the end of the season? No, Chris. Now you're being naughty, Chris. Now you're being naughty. And I'll let you into a little bit, chat. A little bit of my thinking, right? When I sit here at night, instead of looking at porn like every other man does, I sit and do things like this. And what that mask is going to do is it's going to make perfect talents irrelevant. It's going to kill almost every perfect talent we have. There will be, if you're running that mask, perfect talents are dead. None of them are good enough. None of them are good enough to be able to, you know, kind of be on the same level as running two regular versions. So when that mask comes out, that's going to be a game changer for builds. It really is. That'll be the most build diversity we have had in this game since Gear 1.0, essentially. We haven't had that much like build diversity in ages. Yeah, exactly, Zane. Exactly. Finding the two best talents to go together is going to be wild. And I essentially like, I think we'll have the very similar conversation as what we're having now. All out damage. Essentially, you know, Killer and Streamline are going to do very, very well. But then we've got two problems at that point, right? We have to get a kill and we can't use our skills. So we're getting more damage, but we're then doubling the problems that we've got at the same time. You see where I'm going here? It lets you run two 2 gun talents on 1 gun, Shezza. Killer Optimist, Killer Ranger. Yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, Killer Optimist, Killer Strained, like going back to some of the OG talents will just be, you know, even like Preservation, you know, just adding Preservation into your all red build. You just had a shit ton of survivability for nothing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, exactly, Freezy. See, we're on the same wavelength, mate. Sadist, like, Sadist is probably the strongest gun talent we've got in the game right now. It actually outperforms all of these, but you can't put it on a regular build because everything has to be bleeding, right? So it has to go on an OD build. But basically, Sadist and adding another talent to an OD build is going to bring OD builds, like, they're good now, right? A good OD build is good now. It's going to make it even better. Like, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Sadist and Pressure Point, Sadist and Killer on OD. Yeah, brilliant. Pummel, Brazen. Yeah, I tested that. That's insane. So, absolutely nuts. Right, so, chat, let's make a copy of this spreadsheet. And now we're going to change it up. What's up, Shyrock? Now we're going to change it up. Because now we need to say, right, okay, so we know with SMGs, we know Streamline is fairly balanced, right? All right, so that's good. That's good. Ale, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you, buddy. We know it's fairly balanced, but what we don't know is what's it like for ARs. And with ARs, we've got to take into consideration that we have a shit ton of weapon damage from strikers, right? Which is, considering that Streamline is already weapon damage is king. We're going to add more. So what's that going to look like? Is it going to be worth running Streamline with ARs? And the same thing would happen. We don't have to do it for LMGs, but if it happens for anything that you can run strikers with, so an LMG, an assault rifle, if it happens for assault rifles, it's going to happen for LMGs as well, right? We're going to know that Streamline is good for both of them archetypes. The reason I'm going to do it on ARs is because we got the LUD, right? We got the MK16 perfect version. And I want to do the same as this. I want to compare like the Lexington, which Lexington's really the gun we need to compare everything against, right? Lexington is top tier. We know it's the best. We know it's slightly better than the Caretaker by 1%, slightly better than the Huntsman by 1%, and we can change the talent on it. So what we want to do is compare the Lexington basically against the LUD in a full striker situation with Killer or with Streamline, right? And perfect Streamline. So only 3 to kind of do. Graphos, hello. He is answering chat. You're just asking questions. He answered 10 seconds before. Oh shit, what did I miss? Just use Ridgeways to bleed, then you don't have to commit to shitty OD. You could use Ridgeways, but you have to be very, very close. Very close. You heard the Lexington's coming back soon? Yannick smiled, so we hope so. A little off topic, but I wish we could recalibrate those climax mission exotics, because now when it drops, you get user 1 attributes max and they optimize the rest. Yes, Fran. I think they were considering letting us optimize exotics, not just weapons, and they decided against it for some reason. But I think, Zag, I think the Lexington's going to come back, right? I think it's going to come back. Ale, welcome to the stream, buddy. I've just seen you're a first-time chatter, and thank you for the follow. Right, chat, I think we're up to date, right? I've not missed anything, right? Rambo, how are we doing? I asked for, right, chat, right? I don't know if you know, there's a lot of new faces in here, but I'm in the ETF, right? The Division Elite Task Force, which is a special group of people that are lucky enough to have some direct contact with the development team. And in there, I report my bugs in there, I give them suggestions and stuff and things like that. And believe me, the Lexington turmoil, all these things come up all of the time. Season 3 blueprints. When I went to Massive to the studio, I said to Yannick, Season 3 blueprints, man, this is an easy win. The community will love you. Like, you know what I mean?
Especially me.
So, you know. Can I ask you about bringing back Anderson? Oh my God. Right, so the devs are aware that the catalyst is balked. They're also aware of the commendations that are not working. They're also aware that when you log in, you get smart cover gifted to you again. When these things happen, I literally put it straight in there. When you guys tell me something that is going wrong and I can verify that it goes wrong, I put it straight in that bug channel so that it goes straight to them. Hamish moved back home to New Zealand and he's working with a different company now. Need the dino suit? Oh yeah, baby. Is Striker's backpack king again? Striker's backpack is king in some situations and not in others. It's extremely close. Extremely close. So in like a boss environment, Striker's backpack will be king. In a running around open world environment, it might not be. There's like 1.5% between situations. Like you could literally run either or. Can I ask him to make clutch good again? How do you get the LUD? The LUD is on the season pass. Right, so Lexington. So Lexington, and we're going to do Killer. Then we're going to do Lexington Flatline. And then we're going to do... What else do we need to do? The LUD. What else do we need to do? Do we need to do anything else? Oh no, Lexington Streamline. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. And then once we got this, we then know how different it all works. So I'm going to put it back over here for a minute. What I am going to do is I'm going to do it like this.
Are you?
No, I'm not.
Are you gonna do it like that?
I'm not going to do it like that. Am I going to do it like this? I am. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do it like this. This is what we're going to do. So let's just check my stats are not overcapped. They're undercapped, in fact. So we're going to change. We're going to change this. And this is going to be our base. 58 crit chance, 140 crit damage. That is going to be our base build. So as long as the base build is the same for all weapon types that we test, it's fair. It's fair. Yeah, Bert, it is really, 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 really dope. Thank you, mods. My mods are timing out the adverts as much as they can, chat.
Does it physically pain you to say fair like that?
Fair, well, no, it doesn't because it sounds normal to me.
Oh, good. There's hope for you yet.
Alright, so 48699.5. Right, so we've got our Lexington base damage. 48699.5. Chat, I'm going to make a video on this later as well, so I hope all of you, when you see the video, are like, I was there when Tickle gave us the truth about Streamline, you know? 699.5. And then the LUD's an MK16, isn't it? MK16. So let's put the base damage in for that, which is actually higher. 59221. Alright, cool.
Video title: Streamline is trashed here, and I have the proof.
This spreadsheet you're watching here is from Dodd. I can't give this out. Dodd gave me this spreadsheet for private use.
No, the title will always be a question.
If you're talking about this one with all the damage tables in, if you check out IKEA, he has a Google Drive link and he has all of this in here. I'm not ignoring you.
Oh, he's ignoring us for good reason.
Stelly UK, you can't get the harvest blueprint from Descent. No, it only drops from the Loot Goblin during seasonal event time. You still haven't got the Twitch drops. I imagine what they'll do is they're going to gift them to everybody again because they clearly not worked proper. Shez says, hi, I'm new. Oh my god. The Caretaker, I've done a comparison with the Caretaker already in a previous video with the Lexington and the Huntsman. And they both fall 1% short of the Lexington, so there's no point me including that. Woo Run Fee is offering me 100 grand for something. I mean, whatever it is, mate, 100 grand, I'm yours, man. You just let me know where and when.
I think you're...
Whoa.
Chain Killer, you should be able to get the Chain Killer from Targeted Loot. You should be able to. Avastas and It's Mopping. Thank you so much for the follows. So what is the ban? There is no ban. They're not doing any bans for anything. Yannick confirmed no bans. No bans. All love, no bans, chat. All love, no bans. Right. Righty, chat. So we are cruising with 160 viewers. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Right. So focus up, Tickle. Let's do this. So first of all, we're going to set our gun everything to 1.3 because that is basically all our weapon damage, including if the gun was level 30 expertise, right? But we'll set them all the same, so it doesn't matter if you put this build together and you're not level 30 expertise. You know when you get to level 30 expertise that how good it's going to be, right? Yeah. So just a quick note about Streamline. Now we talked about it a lot. Streamline is actually more effective the more reds that you have, right? Because you're scaling the weapon damage. So although it will give you a good chunk of weapon damage when you've got all blue cores, it actually becomes more effective the more it doesn't necessarily have a diminishing return because it's just weapon damage. So the more red cores you run with it, the more effective it actually is. I know a lot of you like to run some blue builds, but that's just and I'm not going to put that into here because there's a million variants I could do. You know, six reds, no blues, 5 reds, 1 blue, and so on and so on and so on. But just think about that. If you are considering running Streamline, the more reds you have, the more effective it actually is. Right, okay, so strikers. Right, so we don't get any AR damage from this. Okay, so that's fine. If anyone can help out with questions in the chat just for a second while I plumb these stats in, that's great. So spec 15, all right, so test base 129619. We are right on the money. Right on the money. So total weapon damage is actually only going to be 0.2 here. That's great. Critical hit damage is 140. That's great. Headshot damage is 0.75. That's great. We don't have any damage to armor in the build. No, we don't. What do we get here? That's fine. Damage to target out of cover. We have 10% from our gun. That's great. I am just going to change it to killer because I put killer at the top. So that's good. And then we're going to get 70% extra crit damage. So that's going to take us to 210. And 10, that's great. And then the headshot damage itself is 75. That's good. Right, so amp damage, baby. So we get from Striker's Gamble 0.9. 0.900. Alright, cool. Alright, so we're going to go and test it first in the range. We're already in the range. And then we know as long as this one works out okay, we know any variant we make in the spreadsheet is definitely right as well. And we just need to make sure we're getting the right damage numbers on the Lexington. When everything's max, come on, Striker stacks. And then next time we know we're good. 1, 2, yes. All right, we're perfect. We're within 10k, so that's great. Right, so we're good. So that's Lexington Killer. So then we're going to do Lexington Flatline. So that's back to 1.4. Hang on. We're not good. We never killed anything. Did we? We didn't actually get killer buff. Right, so we're definitely missing something, I think. What was that number? 1211. Oh no, we're right. Let's just double check.
Does the XP event count towards seasonal XP too?
No, sir.
Rip.
Yeah, okay, we're good. Spreadsheet's right. We're good. Right, so we got Lexington Killer, and we are spec'd in. So then next we're going to do Lexington Flatline. So Flatline is 15% amp. So 1.4, 0.90. Whoa, smudgy. Is it smudgy? I assume it is. I'll let you know what I'm doing here. Thank you, MG. You noticed at the same time as I did. Yes, Stelly. Yep.
Ads in 2 minutes.
Sup, Grim? What are we comparing? We are comparing the
No, ads in 45
SMG
seconds.
builds and AR builds that run Streamline with Flatline and with Killer. Because basically there's a lot of misinformation on YouTube where the title will be Streamline is amazing, right? And I don't want people to fall for this misinformation when really we found out so far with SMGs that it actually comes in a couple of percent below Killer, and therefore Streamline is balanced is the real title. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, and Flatline was only a few more percent under that. You didn't have to sacrifice skills. So, you know, the vein in my head when I see this stuff online, you know, it starts to pop, and it's like, no, don't mislead these poor players, you know. So anyway.
But it's the clickbait, Tickle. You know how this works.
Yeah. Okay. Right, let's just get this Lexington Killer. 15% amp. There's the 90% amp. Headshot damage. Okay, let's just make sure. Right, so we were at 58 crit chance, weren't we? So let's just make sure that's right first of all. It's not. How many bullets have we got as well in the Lexington? 50. So we need to change that. So we get 50 bullets. And we are 0.5. We're 58. Cool. So 50 bullets. 0.48. Nope, 5.8. 0. Oh, sugar.
Oh, are we in ads or not?
I don't know. 42. 50 bullets. I'm going to need to look at my ad settings. Like, I feel like it's playing way too many. 50. Yeah, 42, 50, 58, 42. Okay, that's right. So then 50. 58. 42, that's that one done. And then 50. 58 crit chance. 42 crit damage. I'm not. Really? 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 I need to check this, chat. I need to check this because I'm very surprised if Flatline is outperforming Killer by so much. Maybe it does. Maybe I've just become so accustomed to running Gunner for the 10% armor on kill. And the extra, although there is the rate of fire to consider, you get 5% rate of fire increase. But let's just double check. So yeah, so it's not quite as clear cut as that because we get the 5% rate of fire increase, and we get 10% armor on kill. But let's just make sure these damage numbers line up. And then we're gonna go here, we're gonna go linked laser pointer, which then reduces our crit damage to 1-3. Yep, that's right. And then we're gonna put flatline on it. Right, I just want to test the numbers match up. Come on, striker stats. Them big numbers. Why won't he crit that first time? Crit. Alright, so something is wrong in my calculation. Because the numbers don't match the flat line. They look big. It looks big, chat, but looks can be looks can be deceiving.
I think. Go see a doctor.
Looks can be deceiving. So let's just check this. That's right. That's right.
Are they also pulsating?
Nope. Nope. That's not right. That's not right. Oh, let me just check this. Stat 126619. Okay, so that's right. That's right. Crit damage is right. Headshot. Headshot is wrong. Is wrong. No DTA. Damage to target out of cover. Pulsed enemies. That's fine. 90% amp. .250 0 0.1 9 and then amp 2 15%. Something's wrong. Something is wrong. Something is
taking into account that you're wearing technician at the minute.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah. Something is. I'm getting a much higher. I'm getting like 200, like 100k higher. What does the body shot work out at? 828. Why is that so much higher? Strikers being strikers. I wonder if I need to log in and out the range. I'm going to do that first. Before I start messing with the build, I'm going to log in and out just to see if the range is bugged on me, because it does sometimes. You start getting buffs that you've not got. So
where
the
did that backpack trophy from?
Twitch drops.
What the fuck? I didn't get that? What the?
So, oh, total weapon damage is wrong. 0.2. There we go. Now it matches up. Sometimes you just need to show somebody else and look at it again. Strikers build running. Strikers.
Was that
Yep.
Twitch drops for this
Yep, it's the
For
ones.
this launch?
Yeah, the one that are on now.
How come maybe I didn't claim something? I thought I claimed everything.
Right, so that match is up now. We are all good. My bad, chat. Right, so then Lexington Streamline. Right, so what's regular Streamline again? 42?
Nope, there it is, but it's not in my inventory.
Oh, you didn't get it?
Unless I didn't see it in my...
42.
I gotta look
40,
through my
50,
inventory.
60, 70. So 1.72.
Never mind.
You got
I
it.
have it.
So then...
I'm an idiot.
So that matches up. 0.2 for this. Crit. Right, so we need to go back to take off the link laser pointer because we wouldn't be running the link laser pointer anymore. What were we running? Crit chance or crit damage? Crit damage. Crit damage. So that puts that
Damage.
back. Damage. That's 1.4 again. And what I'm going to do very quickly, chat, so you can see that it's fair. I've kept the crit damage off because with this build, we've got to run the linked laser pointer. I'm going to do the same with this. Because we can't have 162 there, so it's a false stat. Because we have to run the linked laser pointer. So I'm going to do the same with the SMGs. Because we need to be fair. 0.
Foo.
Not fair. 0.75.
Foo.
No DTA. 10 DTOC. 0.90 amp for strikers. We have no amp there. We have no amp there. Ooh. Chat. Oh, hang on. And I need to compare it to... So this one's compared to P3. P3. Oh, we got another follow. Who is it? Ace. Thank you for the follow, buddy. So P3. P3. So then P3 is P4. P3. P4. P3. P4. Okay, cool.
Did you already try like unlinking and relinking?
Yeah, so that's what Ubisoft recommended. They said unlink your Twitch accounts, the Ubisoft, Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, all of them from Twitch, Ubisoft, and then just add just the one that you play Division on back. That's what they recommended everybody to do. Snake, thank you for the follow, buddy. Right, so let's just double check this chat. Right, so I've got my number for my head crit with Streamline. Let's see if the number lines up. Let's see if the number lines up.
I speak advanced American, Bert.
The Fant, thank you for the follow, buddy. Come a bit closer, I'm not that good. Right, let's get these strikers stacked up. And the next one's going to be the head. Oh, the fun coming in with the Prime Gaming so we can listen to Yannick and Daria. Tell everyone that I'm a trusted source for information. Thank you so much. Appreciate the Prime. I love that soundbite. That was one of the first times
We know
that I got mentioned on State of the Game, or not State of the Game, on the live stream that they do now, and I was like, wetting myself. All right, cool.
Still wetting himself.
Still wet myself to this point, yeah. Still there. Wetting myself. Okay, so that is that. Still wet myself to this point, yeah. Still there. That is fair. And then the Lud chat. Why can't I hear myself? Who's Discording me? Where's the Lud?
Is it Tats?
I'm not sure. It's stopped now. Let's find the Lud. Caretaker. The Lud. Right, so the Lud is, take that out. I'm going to equip it just to make sure that my stats are definitely right. I'm not expertise in this thing because it's just not worth it, but we'll test to make sure it looks okay.
They look
So
big.
It does look pretty big, yeah. Let's put the same mods on that we've got on the Lexington. So we've got chance, damage. So we're gonna put chance, damage, 20 rounds in the mag. Cool. Alright, so that now gives us this. So if I do 1 point that, and then I need to add on, what is it now? 47? 1.47. That gives me slightly higher. Why would it be slightly higher? Options. Has it got slightly higher base damage? 59.2. Is there a... Whoa, chat. 164042. I don't think we're getting 47%. I think it's lying. I think it's lying.
Like your community, man. Fake as fuck.
I think it's lying, chat. I think it's giving 45%, and my spreadsheet says so, and my spreadsheet's never wrong. I think that's giving 45%. I think that's lies. This gun sleeps on a bed of lies. Oh, hang on. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Strokes is right. Strokes is right. Strokes is right. Tickle is wrong. Look, I'm 2% I'm 2% less assault rifle damage on the gun.
What a scrub.
It's only 13% in it.
Oh,
it's me, chat. Dog shit tickle. Dog shit tickle. Dog shit tickle. But I was right. But look, I was 19.1. I'm 1.9% less on the maxing it out. So we know I'm right, chat. I actually know what I'm talking about. We know I'm right.
Didn't even optimize his gun.
I don't want to optimize it. I already know the answer is that it's dog shit. But we know I'm right, chat. We know I'm right. We know my spreadsheet's working. Right, so now we need to add 40,
wrong.
50, 60, 70. So we're going to add 7. So now it's up. Right, okay. So on my spreadsheet, it's optimized to optimized, and it has got the 30% expertise added to it. It's got that spec. It's got that spec. So total weapon damage is fine. Critical hit damage is 140. That's expected. 1.4. Headshot damage is 0.75. We are good. Detox, yes. Amp, give us some strikers, baby. Nothing else. Right, chat. We have got the results. The results are in. Let me just check the crit chance and crit damage on everything is right. So 50 round in the mag as well, right? Same as the Lexington. 50, 50, 50. Yep. So 50, 50. And then we're on 58 crit chance. So let's just check that. 50. 58, 50, 58, 50, 58, 50, 58, 50, 58, make it fair, 50, 58, that's fair now as well. 50, 58, and then last but not least 50, 42,
50,
58, boom, and that's P4. We're good, and the winners are, chat. Are you all ready? Are you all ready? Okay. Okay, here we are. So our winner is Lexington Killer. Surprise, surprise. Lexington Killer is our best.
Our winner is a gun nobody can farm.
But that means that which gun came with perfect killer? The caretaker or the huntsman?
Huntsman's perfect friendly.
Okay, yeah, right. So, chat, just so you know, the caretaker and the huntsman are all within 1 to 2% of the Lexington with killer. So, if you've not got the Lexington, run one of them. You can get them right now. Farm them, get them. Like, no, you don't win the dev hoodie. Nobody wins the dev hoodie. Nobody wins it, chat. Look at it. It's so sexy. Have you seen it?
Here he goes again, chat.
It says dev team. It says dev team, chat. It says dev team. It's so good, chat, isn't it? It's so good. I couldn't believe they give me one.
It says fake person.
John, it says fake bot community. Look, so here, that says dev team. This is that.
Here he goes full screen.
Full screen. I've got other things to show you. I'll show you there's more things too. And then it says massive on the side there as well. And then
we know it's not massive.
I also got a bag from Massive. That was nice.
A bag?
Hang on, someone reprogrammed that bot. He's calling me fake. I got this lanyard that you can see hanging up here. I got this patch that she's Velcro you can stick on things. Lauren, the law woman, the law lady, she knitted me some Division Rogue on SHD coasters, which was very nice. I definitely wasn't expecting that. I didn't get to spend enough time with Lauren and Daria. If I'm ever lucky enough to go again, I need to spend some time with them too. I spent most of my time with Yannick.
I wouldn't mind spending a bit of time with them.
Yannick, hey, calm down.
I didn't mean that. You see,
Yannick.
I didn't think.
I spent most of my time with Yannick, Palais, the head of the art design team, and then a couple of other people. So the guys that you saw on the video, the devs that you saw on the Year 7 video, them guys as well. And this as well, chat. A Carmen coffee cup from the game, the coffee, and a pen, a massive pen.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I got a massive water bottle. It's not massive, it just says massive on it, you know. And one of the cards, chat. This here. One of the cards. Does anyone know what this card is from?
Oh yeah.
One of the State of the Games.
This is from one of the States of the Games. Yeah, this was in the live room at the bottom. It had notes on and everything. And Daria let me take one.
You mean you just walked out with it?
No, Daria. I asked Daria. I asked her. So the photo I got, the photo that I got in the live room that I've shown you all, they were in there, and me, Cheshire Cat, and I think it was Rogue Gold. She gave us all one.
You just went and snuck it in your hoodie.
Let's not talk about the pen. Let's not talk about the pen.
Uh-huh.
Open world headhunter. Spent most of my time faking my shit. Yes. That everybody in here is a bot.
I am a bot.
So it's only a single card, but somehow it's out of order. So yeah, it was cool, chat. It was very, very, very cool. I mean, I still can't believe I went. Like, it's pretty crazy.
I am a chat viewer awaiting input.
It was, chat. So I posted a photo with Rogue Gold and Sergeant Greybeard, and there was a picture of us on our final night. We've been for some food and a couple of scoops, and we were all taking photos with each other. And I said, "Can I post these online?" And everyone said, "Yeah." And then Greybeard, about 10, 15 minutes later, said to me, "That'll be the first time anybody's ever seen me." And I was like, "Yo, mate, are you sure you want me to post it?" And he was like, they were both fine with it. Like, but like, it was pretty mad that I didn't realize that I had the exclusive on their face reveals. I can find the picture real quick. If you give me a second. Where is it? In my Discord. Where did I put them? I think I put them in somewhere weird, didn't I? Yeah, here they are. So you know these guys, right? So Solid, Cheshire Cat, Wids, and Nothing But Skills. That's NGN. He doesn't show his face. The law guy, leave the law guy alone, guys. Sub Macho.
That's a chin.
That's nobody you know. That's GC Rock. You know GC Rock. Splinter Shield and Greybeard. And then there you go. There's Rogue Gold and Greybeard. That's the photo I was telling you about. Good to see you, Macho. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. And then these are just photos inside the studio. Some familiar faces you see there. So Daria. These two guys were on the latest Division videos that you've seen. Yannick obviously standing like a boss in the middle. Rogue Gold, Greybeard, GC. Anise now, who you know. She was on the latest live. So Anise is there. There's Leo that you now know as well. These guys were all hidden faces until recently. Yeah, Skills was a nice fella. He was a very nice fella. Cheshire Cat, Wids at the back there, Splinter, Solid. Yeah, it was very good, chat. That's the photo that everybody loves to hate. That's the hoodie.
I mean, we love to love it.
Me and Pally.
But other people
NGN.
other people getting their feels.
That was when I got the card that I was just talking about. Where is KVD? I mean, KVD didn't get an invite, MG. I don't know. You're winding me up. That's outside the studio. That was my interview. If you've watched it, if everyone's just seen it, that's when I did my interview. And then there's just some other stuff. Like I've shown all these in the video that I made. That's like a rec area they call the forum where you can chill out and stuff and things like that.
Can you masturbate there?
It was no, it's not. And then for the people that they're old school, right? These two, if you're old school, you know, right? So that's George. George still works there now. He does a lot of the videos that you see and things like that.
I love Emperor. I'd love to have had a pint with them.
He's a fellow Englishman who's moved to Sweden. And then that's Ella, who used to work on the same team. Unfortunately, she's left now. But I used to get on with these two so well. I still get on with them really, really well. But I never met them. You know, I met them through the division, so it was great to catch up with them and have a pint with them.
Look at that view.
Oh, that view is my hotel room.
No, just where you guys were sitting drinking beer. Like,
oh, it was lovely. Yeah, it was very nice. Yeah.
it's just really cool.
That was literally around the corner from the studio.
Our towns don't look like that.
No, mine don't either. But anyway, chat. No, that was a slight detour. Back on. So, there we are. So where did we get up to? So Lexington Flatline. All right. So yeah. So Lexington Killer wins. That's where we got up to, didn't we? Lexington Flatline comes in. Well, around 6% less on average than Lexington Killer, which is your two that you go. They're your two go to, right? If you're in a group or if you're solo, they're the two you should be switching between. give or take gunner, and you'll get a little bit. It'll be slightly more because of the gunner rate of fire on kill, that 5%. That percent will probably be closer to 8% to killer, but we're not incorporating that. And then Lexington Streamline is in between them, so 97.4, so 2.5% less than killer, but 3% higher than Flatline. So very similar to what we did with the SMGs. We're getting the very similar story here. It's balanced. It's pretty balanced. You've got to decide whether you want to, if you lose skills, switch weapon, or if you don't want to bother with that mechanic. Give you Bullet King and Strikers, yeah. It's extremely balanced.
Can depend. We all really like playing with this gun. There's not much in it to really discern using it.
Ginger, they do, because that's all using the same gun. That's all Lexington. So that's Lexington Killer, Lexington Flatline, Lexington Streamline. So it's extremely balanced, like extremely balanced between them all. And basically, it depends what you're doing, right? It really does depend what you're doing. And then there's the LUD, which comes in nearly 14% less than Lexington with Killer. So that's just changing the talent, Rambo, because we can just change the talent on the Lexington. So, but you wouldn't run 2 anyway, because then ammo is going to become a problem. If you're going to run Streamline and you go down and you've got a revive hive on, you're going to need to run a secondary gun, basically, to switch to why your cooldowns are not on cooldown. And then the revive hive's cooldown is huge, isn't it? What's the revive hive's cooldown?
2 minutes, I think. 120. What is it?
What's the actual cooldown on it?
Is that 226 seconds? Is that right?
Yeah, 120, I thought.
I thought it was 120.
I can show you my blueprints in just a sec. Give me a sec. Is that the duration? Is it literally 216 seconds? Must be 216 seconds.
You got a skill tier though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. So yeah. I'm maxed on blueprints.
165 seconds.
165 seconds. So you've got to switch to another gun for 165 seconds. Now let's face it, missions aren't that long in this game. Like, you know what I mean? To have to build a build around Streamline and then have a cooldown of 160 seconds on a revive hive, then you're gonna have to switch guns. 545 I'm capped at. I'm not sure if I've claimed everything from the season pass though. I probably haven't claimed everything from the season pass.
Something storage. Not enough room, hoarding.
I claimed that. Yeah, so I've got that one. So what's this one here? So that's 1 blueprint extra I've not claimed. 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 on top of that I've not claimed. Because I've not claimed them at the season pass yet. So there should be 550 is your current cap. 550, which is what works out perfect with what Cobra just said. Well, Dr. Funky. Chat, do you know what, right? I'm just the streamer that keeps on giving. Do you want me to tell you something that you can do? It's naughty, but you can do it, right? Right, listen, I don't think you're going to get banned for it, right? But disclaimer, if you get banned, it's not on me, right? So, at the moment, there happens to be the Game Pass project. That will give you 8 reconstructed caches. You can do that across all 4 of your characters. 32, right? Quick math. 32 reconstructed caches. Is it 6? 24 reconstructed caches. I thought it'd give you 2 and then 1 to set. I thought it'd give you 8. It's 6, 6, 6. 24 reconstructed caches. But what you can do now is you can delete one of your characters, boost it to 40, and do that project again. Delete the character, boost it to 40, and do that project again. That's probably quicker than doing Descent. Now, the problem is the matchmaking is dog shit. Yes, you're right, Dr. Funky. But there is also another way that you can do it that I know has been published online, so I'm going to say it anyway because it's all over the YouTube. If you have 2 friends or 2 PCs with 2 accounts, you can call for help and matchmake at exactly the same time. And as long as your world settings are the same, you'll get matched 9 times out of 10. So if you've got 2 people, 2 accounts, 2 friends, whatever you need to do. No,
someone has been doing that on stream.
There's no way you'll get banned for that. There's no way. No way. It's just it's a general disclaimer, right? I don't want to be that guy that said Tickle said do it, and then you all come and you all hate me. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, that guy's got a dev hoodie and everything. He must be legit.
Funky. Yeah, exactly, Perry. You could do that as well, yeah. I don't need to do it. I'm capped on blueprints anyway. And then let me show you something. Let me show you something. If I go into my mailbox, I got reconstructed for days. You know what I mean? So I don't need to do it. It's a waste of time to do it. Chad, do you want me to show you something? Do you want to laugh?
Sound like a humble brag.
Do you want to laugh? How many oxpeckers do you reckon somebody could have?
Stop showing off your oxpecker.
Yeah, stop showing off.
We all know how much I like a pecker, an oxpecker.
Family stream.
Safe area entered.
Look, do you like my oxpeckers?
Agent, I need to debrief with Schaefer. Said it was safer for us.
How many oxpeckers?
Just holding them for sentimental reasons?
I don't know why I've kept them. Every time I got one, I kept it.
Are you capped on exotic components?
Not on this character, no. This character's not capped on exotic components. This character's only got 419.
Wait, what do you mean that character? Have you not shared?
None of my characters have shared materials, no.
Oh.
They're all independent.
Oh, you're very, very cheeky.
Yeah.
You're overcapping by not sharing.
Yes.
I see how it is.
I don't know why, chat. I don't know why. It's got 4 Ouroboruses and then a load of oxpeckers.
I wouldn't mind one of them Ouroboruses if you're
I
angry.
know.
Sorry, mate. It's got 4 Ravenuses and a Scorpio.
You're saying, look how many I've got here in me fucking.
You're just a fucking hoarder, man.
I am a hoarder, yeah. I have a problem. Chat, I do. Why do you think I'm the man that's always going, Yannick, please can I have stash space?
And he's the one that says, yeah, see that guy? That's why I'm not giving you guys stash space. He finally did. But
I don't know what it is. I tell you, I say I don't know what it is, right? I said, take away my space. That is Dan Goat Sunset, yes. Look, that's a bug. I've just been given smart cover again. Every time I log in, I get smart cover.
Yep.
Smart. Very nice.
A lot of bugs going around right now.
Each feature.
I still get the stash bug.
Exactly. See, that was it, right? So I'm getting so many cash rewards at the moment. I'm opening the cash boxes and keeping the rewards, and then that's just like an inventory of exotic components extra. That's why I kept them. Nothing to do with at all that they called an oxpecker, and the inner child inside me laughs every time I say that name. It's nothing to do with that at all, I promise. Kelso left. Right.
You're laughing at a bird.
I'm gonna make the video now, chat, if that's all right with you guys. I'm gonna make the video. So, is that all right? We've talked about Streamline all night, so I'm going to make the video.
And I am gonna head out. You guys have a good evening.
See you later, buddy.
Exactly the same.
We can build an army of oxpeckers. We can. Right, guys, I'm going to mute you for a little bit. We'll be back in a sec. All right, Gabriel, good to see you, buddy. Right, so I'm going to make the video, chat. I'm going to make the video. If I forget anything, please put it in chat because I can see chat still. And hopefully I get every little bit of detail in. Keep a straight face. Oh dear. It's going to be hard. It's always hard. Alright. That's all we need. That's all we need. That's enough. Alright. Let's change the view because no one wants to see me on YouTube. Voice of an angel, chat. Voice of an angel. Right, are you ready? This is live. So when you see the video on YouTube, you can say, I saw him make this live. Alright, cool. What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video where for a change we're making this live. We're live on Twitch and on YouTube, but we have been in blah 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 blah. Fuck that one up, didn't I? Alright, let's start again. This is not going well. What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video where we've been live on Twitch and on YouTube discussing Streamline. And is it really amazing, or is it really just balanced, or maybe even a dud? Should you be running it or not? We're going to discuss everything. We're going to go over the stats. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And let's get straight into it. Right, okay. So if I do laugh or anything during this video, it's chat's fault because I can see him in the corner of my eye saying all sorts of rude things to try and discourage me. But with all that said, this is the build that we are running right now. We're going to compare a few different things, right? So obviously, we have got the purist in the game right now with perfect Streamline on. You can see I put damage target out of cover on this bad boy. It's all capped out. All of these builds and all of these stats are as if you are maxed out with your expertise at level 30. If you ask me why, because we know not everybody is level 30, this is what everyone can work to, right? You can decide, is it worth putting all them exotic components into this build to get to the end? Actually, no, it's not. I've seen the stats with Tickle. It's just not worth it. That's why I do it. But also the same applies, right? If you take away 30% from all of them, they stay the same. Nothing really changes. The order of which they win will always be the same. So you've got that peace of mind as well. So we've got the Purist, we've got the Vector SBR, and obviously on the Vector SBR, we could run regular Streamline. We could run Killer. But why would we run Killer on the Vector when we've got the Dark Winter? So we've got that to take into account as well. All these being top tier SMGs. But then also we've got a lot of other options when it comes to SMGs. We've got an Ouroboros. We've got a Chatterbox. We've got a Backfire. There's lots of options with them. So is it really worth it? So this is the build that we are looking at. And this is the build we're going to compare. Fairly standard here. We've gone all red, not to confuse anything. Because one thing you do need to think about with Streamline especially, is Streamline is actually more potent the more red cores you have in your build. Because it adds weapon damage. So adding weapon damage to more weapon damage means more weapon damage, right? So just think about that. If you're going to build any blues into your build at all, it might actually not be worth it. Killer might be better. Flatline might be better. Just don't take for granted that a video you see online or the big 42% number or 47, depending on what you run in the talent, is always better. That's what I'm going to show you right now. So we're going to flip over to our first spreadsheet. Hopefully you can zoom in if you're on a phone. I know it's a little bit small, but I kind of wanted to get all of it in that one section. In fact, what I'll do is I will come off this now. I'm going to actually screenshot it and make it bigger for you all. I'll do that in the edit afterwards. So what we can take from this. So let's just take that off, put the game back on. And we'll straight that over there. Right, okay, so what we can take from this here, you can see on the left-hand side, we've got Dark Winter, the Vector SBR, and the Vector SBR again. One with Flatline, one with Streamline, and the Dark Winter obviously is perfect killer. Then we've got the Purist at the bottom. They're all running exactly the same build. The only difference is with Flatline, we have taken off 10% critical hit damage because you would have to sub in the linked laser pointer. Now, also what you've got to think about with that as well, with Gunner on kill, you get extra 5% rate of fire, which is actually going to obviously give you, you know, more DPS. We've not accounted for that. We never really do. But just take that into account as well when you see these numbers. And at the top, you can see here, quite simply, the Dark Winter wins. Now, we've got to think about a few things here before we get into this. So how the actual gun itself works, or Streamline we should say, at the bottom there you can see the 2 arrows. Now the minute I pull the shield out, it goes. So it's not just skills that are on a cooldown, it's active skills. They made that change from the PTS. If I put it away, as soon as that goes away, it comes back. If I deploy my hive, it goes away. If I pick it up, it comes back. And then if I go over here and I destroy the hive, we're on skill cooldown enabled. So this is a very important point that you want to think about. That's actually going to be 160 seconds. So at that point then you would have no gun talent for 160 seconds, which is pretty huge, right? That's a long time. You're going to have to flip to another gun. So that's going to be something you've got to take into account if you're running Streamline. You need a backup gun in place you go down, or you have to use a skill or something like that. Anyway, now we know how it works. Back to the stats. So we have got the Dark Winter with 100% at the top, but the Dark Winter and Killer, you have to get a kill. Okay, so maybe not the best in a group. So then we've got Flatline that comes in around 9% average lower than the Dark Winter, but we can use skills, but we have to have the linked laser pointer. Then the Vector with Streamline actually comes in 7% less, but we can't use skills. So there's only 3% difference between Streamline and Flatline. One you can use skills and one you can't. So that's what you've got to take into account. Streamline, you could run Gunner, get a little bit of extra rate of fire and get 10% armor on kill. So that gap is going to be a little bit bigger. It's probably going to be close to 4% than what it is, you know, 3%. So you've got to take that into account as well. But how much when you are running is it worth not being able to use them skills? They are extremely balanced. It's balanced across the road here. It's totally dependent on if you're running a group, if you're running solo, you know, if you want to use skills or if you don't. So it's incredibly balanced. It's not like it was in the PTS where it was extremely strong. They brought it right in and they have balanced it pretty much perfectly when it comes to this build here, which is a Hunter's Fury build with an SMG. Then we're going to look at the Purist purely because, get it? Purely because it's got perfect Streamline on. So that gets an extra 7%. But does the gun actually make up for it? Well, it's a little bit of a shame actually, because it's the SMG9A2, not the regular SMG9. So it's already a worse version of a gun, another gun that we've got in the game. The SMG9 with the one less mod slot is better than the other SMG9. So it's a shame that they didn't make it off that one. But either way, when we look at the stats, you can see here it comes in a whopping 29% lower, which is is wild. Is absolutely wild. So don't use the Purist. It's not really going to be worth it. You've got all of the guns. You've got Chatterboxes. You've got Dark Winters. You've got Ouroboros. You've got loads of things to pick up before you would come down and pick this. Just because it's got a fancy perfect talent on it does not make it any good. Alright, so that is SMGs. So let's move on to strikers with the Lexington. Now these standings and these investigations will stand when it comes to the AR point of view. If you want to use an LMG, with with this as well, that would work absolutely fine, and you'll get a very similar results as what we do with the assault rifles. So as you can see, the Lexington is what we're going to be talking about, and I'm just going to switch to my Lexington spreadsheet so that I can see it. I'll move it off screen. I'll put it on bigger for you guys in edit. So you can see here with the Lexington, we've got Lexington with Killer, Lexington with Flatline, and Lexington with Streamline. I'm very quickly going to talk about the Caretaker and the Huntsman, as I've covered them in a previous video, and I will link that down below in the comments. But the Caretaker and the Huntsman and the Lexington with Killer are all within a couple of percent of each other. They're all extremely balanced. So the word of the moment is balance. What is going on? What is going on? But they're extremely balanced. So if you've not got a Lexington, and I know a lot of people haven't, they're dying for it to come back. I don't blame them, because it is simply the best. We can change the talent on it. You can't change the talent on the Caretaker or the Huntsman, and that's going to become even more problematic later on in the season when we get the Alpha Bridge mask that allows us to run 2 talents on 1 gun, but perfect talents don't work. So again, Lexington there is going to win out massively, because even though it's a special gun, it doesn't have a perfect talent, and it worked with the mask. But I digress. So let's just move on and look here. So we can see here, yet again, the Lexington with Killer wins out. It's the best in slots, and for the same reasons again, if you're running solo, this is the damage talent to run. It's going to be up all of the time. You're getting all the kills. That is the way to go. And then we've got the Lexington with Streamline coming in very close, around 2.5% less damaged. Again, incredibly balanced, but you can't use skills. And then it's a little bit lower, so it is like 6%-ish lower than the Lexington with Killer. It's the Lexington with Flatline. Again, I've taken the 10% off to account for the loss in critical hit damage, because you've got to put on the linked laser pointer. And all of the same arguments go with that as did with the SMGs. But it's incredibly balanced, yet again. Depends on what you're doing. And the only thing you've got to do, if you want to run Streamline in a group, you've just got to run a secondary gun. Either don't run the Revive Hive, so you don't have that huge cooldown and rely on teammates picking you up. Or have a second gun with something else on. Have some, you don't really want to put Flatline on your second gun, because then you're going to have to build in the fact that you need the pulse. So you'd have to run Technician when Gunner's natively better. So you don't really want to do that. You'd have to go back into Ranger, Strained, Optimist. Maybe, in fact, probably Measured would come in at that point. That's probably going to come in around 4th. So maybe Measured at that point will be your go-to until you're... That would be the same for all of them, actually. Measured would be really good. So, that's going to probably be your go-to, especially if you've got an LMG as well. That would be what you'd probably switch to. But the same arguments come in. But then we're going to take a look at the LUD, which is a named MK16. So like the Purist, the LUD came in with the perfect talent on, with 47%. But unfortunately, it does not make up for how poor the MK16 is. It's not too bad. It's 14% less than the Lexington with Killer. So, not terrible, but certainly for me, not worth sticking it up to expertise level 30 and putting all them, exotic components in when, we've got a load of guns that are better ahead of it. You've got the FAMAS, you've got the Lexington, you've got the Caretaker, the Huntsman, all the guns we've been talking about are all just better. So, it's just certainly not worth pumping it up to that level 30. The build that we used for this example is here, and the stats, are all pretty basic. Strikers builds, Hunter's Fury builds, nothing fancy. But again, it's the same plan, essentially. Streamline is balanced in all of these categories. It's not amazing, it's not horrible, it's just balanced, and it totally depends on the content that you are doing. So that's going to be it for the video. I hope it wasn't a dud video. It feels like it's a little bit of a dud video. We're coming out of a video going, this is not insane, this is not crazy. We're coming out of a video going, this is, it's alright, this, it depends what you're doing, depends what build you're running, and things like that. So that's going to be it for the video. Do me a favor, Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Remember, killer is king. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, agents. Goodbye. And that's it, chat. We're done. We are done. That video wasn't too bad, right? It was alright. Was that alright? Was that alright? We get to make a cool thumbnail now. Let's go and make a cool thumbnail outside of DUA with our new costume on. And then I'll show you my edits. I'm gonna have to edit in all them stats. Ugh. Oh, it's night time. Oh no, hang on. Should I do it with the Lexington or should I do it with the Pesty? I should probably do it with the Lexington, right? Thank you, Zane. Oh, it's got the wrong skin on. We've got to get this right, chat. We've got to get this right. What's the skin called? I can't remember. The oh, do you know what I'm going to put on? Yes. 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 Auto mode. There we go. This is good. Oh, this is looking great, chat. That's great. Great photo, chat. Great photo. Alright, so edits. Edits. So import media from the pawn drive. If you press escape while holding down left click, it'll keep it held up. I know, Kingdom, right? Imagine. He's not real. So first of all, I need photos of my SMG. They were way too small. Them stats when I did it. So we'll save them. We're gonna have to import that. And then we need to save these stats as well. Save that. Downloads. Alright, cool. Make sure I can see the chat still. Possible on console? Yeah, so hold right trigger and press start. That should do the same thing. Alright, cool. Discussing Streamline. And is it really amazing or is it really just balanced? Or maybe even a and discourage me. You're alright, Ronin. With all that said, this is the build. Pure. This bad boy. It's all. Where did I start talking about the all of these builds and all these. Same applies, right? If you take away 30% from all of them, they stay the same. Nothing really changes. The order of which they win will always be the same. So you've got that peace of mind as well. So we've got the Purist, we've got the Vector SBR, and obviously, but then also we've got a lot of other options when it comes to SMGs. We've got an Ouroboros. We've got a build. Man, maybe I talked too long. Here we've got all red, not to confuse anything. If you killer might be better, flatline might be better, is always better. That's what I'm going to show you. My character looks fire though, doesn't it? So we're going to flip over to our first spreadsheet. Thanks, Bert. Over to our first. Everyone sees spreadsheets and like, spreadsheet stream. No, no spreadsheet stream. Stop highlighting them both. Alright, cool. So now we need to make this smaller. Put that down there. Stay to work for at least a year. Why? And then we can make this one slightly bigger because this is the one that everyone needs to see, right? These are the important stats. So this. So let's just take that off, put the game back on, and we'll straight that over there. Right. Okay. Killer. Then we've got the purist at the bottom. We're gonna start talking about view, you know, more DPS. We've not accounted for that. We never really do. Come on, give the demo of how it works. There it is. See the. Right, so let's snip that there. So now we need to drag these along to that, to there. Drag that along to there. And then we need to carry on. We've got to think about a few things here before we get into the five. Well, sorry, Pixels. I gave you a lot. Enabled. I gave you loads of alternatives you want to think about. That's actually going to be 160. I gave you loads of alternatives. If you're running Streamline, you need a backup gun in place you go down, or you have to use a skill or something like that. Anyway, now we know how it works. Back to the stats. I gave you loads of alternatives. You can run a caretaker. You can run, you know, you can run all, you know, you can run a huntsman. That's been nice. Yeah, balanced it pretty much perfectly when it comes to this build here, which is a Hunter's Fury build with an SMG. Then we're going to look at the Purist purely because, get it? Purely because it's got perfect Streamline on. So that gets an extra 7%. But does the gun actually make up for it? Well, it's a little bit of a shame actually, because it's the SMG 9A2, not the one that we get. It's slot SMG. That way comes in a whopping 20. I'm going to paste that again. And then paste that one again. And then we've gone too far now. The boxes, you've got Dark Winters, you've got Ouroboros, you've got loads of things to pick out before you would come down. I think they probably will PC this. Just because it's got a fancy perfect talent on it does not make it any good. Alright, so that is alright, so now we can crop that there. We don't need that. Crop that there. We don't need that. And then we're going to talk about you would come down and pick this. Just because it's got a fancy perfect talent on it does not make it any good. Alright, so that is SMG. These stand-ins and these investigations will stand when it comes to the. I've got another video on how to do all the control points. So do you know, to get the but I need to edit it. I'll do that after I finish streaming. Because that can, I bet you 2 out of 4 on most of them. You can actually get them to switch, which is it's not too bad. Beta. Good night, Bert. Our point of view, if you want to use an LMG with a, you know, with this as well, that would work absolutely fine, and you'll get a very, very similar results as what we do with the assault rifles. So as you can see, the Lexington is what we're going to be talking about, and I'm just going to switch to my Lexington spreadsheet so that I can see it. I'll move it off screen. All right, so I think I talk through this one all of the time, don't I? So I don't have to do any much editing. Where's the Lexington spreadsheet gone? Is there anything else, chat, you're going to want me to go through before I go? It's getting late, so is there anything I can assist with before I go? You know, I would love to help as always. Can see it. I'll move it off screen. I'll put it on bigger for you guys. In edit. So on the PC, it's going to become even more problematic later on in the season when we get the Alpha Bridge mask that allows us to run 2 talents on 1 gun, but perfect talents don't work. So again, Lexington there is going to win out massively, because even though it's a special gun, it doesn't have a perfect talent, and it worked with the mask. But I digress. So let's just... I haven't done the pecan stuff yet. I think that's not something I can do tonight, though. I might do that tomorrow. That's a bit more math than easy math. I'm not so sure. I'd need to look at how the magazine... See, the problem is, right, the magazine size gets so big, it affects the burst DPS stat. So it's going to end up winning in sustain. Yeah, it's a tricky one. We'll have a look in the spreadsheets in a second where IKEA's put it. We'll have a look at that before I go. We want to look here. So we can see here, yet again, the Lexington with Killer win. Put on the linked laser pointer. I might look not are all switch to. But the same arguments come in. But then we're going to take a look at the LUD, which is a named MK60. With the perfect. Snip that there. And then we're going to extend that all the way over there. And then we're going to drop in the other one on the top of it. This one here. On the top. And this one we need to make smaller. Too big. Smaller. Okay, cool. Cool. Drag it all the way to the end. And is that it? Are we done editing already? With the perfect talent on. With 47%. But unfortunately, it does not make up for how poor the MK16 is. Okay, chat. Let's render this, and then we'll look at the pecan. The huntsman, all the guns we've been talking about. Nothing. This is not insane. This is not crazy. For the video, do me a favor. Alright, that is that. So let's very quickly whip up that thumbnail. Is there a list of great... Not that I know of, Marzi. Why would you want that? Well, that's crazy. Yeah, I think the pecan hits hard, but I think it's underwhelming. But we'll check in a second. I'm rubbish at editing, chat. I really need to be better at it. Some people's thumbnails are really good and mine are rubbish. I really need like a course and do some proper thumbnail editing. Oh man, it's cut me gun off. Ah, balls. Oh. Good job I said cut me gun off. Cut me gun off! Streamline. And then if we can put it there. Like this. Oh, we got a follow. Who was it? Holy Death, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Amazing. Balanced. What was ever the last one? What was ever rubbish? DOA. Amazing dance. DOA. Would you watch this video, chat? Would the title pique your interest? I'm gonna try and make the background a little bit lighter. You just watched it live. That's because I forced you. All right. There's a thumbnail. All right, let's find the spreadsheet. Let's look at pecan. Pecan. Run. Download. All right, so LMGs. Pecan. So the pecan, when it's got 4 of its talent stacks, comes in under the blue screen and under the Bullet King for sustain. When it comes to burst, it comes in under the pesty, under the blue screen, and under the Iron Lung. Master Jedi 66, thank you for the follow. So yeah, the Iron Lung is Iron Mid. Again, amazingly balanced on arrival. Same with the pecan. The pecan is amazingly balanced as well. All right, Baron. But I mean, you're choosing. You are literally choosing the Iron Lung, the blue screen, or the pesty over the pecan, basically. Which is a shame because it's got a fire skin coming for it, literally. A fire skin. But it is, unfortunately, distinctly average. Pesty is the winner. Safe area entered. Pesty is the winner, chat. It's a shame, really. I really wanted the pecan to be something
Agent,
like special, right?
Kelso had to go. Said it was safer for us if she's not here.
But alright, let's upload this video. Alright, let's talk Streamline. Amazing, balanced, or DOA. I'm going to release it now, Strap. Just because you're all here right now, right? And if you're all here... It's only an 11-minute video. It felt longer than that. Not bad. No, there's no controversial or harmful information in it. What I do need to link on it is the Caretaker and Huntsman videos, don't I? I said I would. So let me find them. No Lexington, get a Huntsman. No Lexington, no problem. I'm going to put the Yannick interview in there as well. Brooklyn Collectibles. SHD Stash. There we go. And public, that's it. We're done, chat. We are done. It's pending. It's processing. And that's it. Chat, do me a favor. Click it, do nice things to it if you don't mind. Kick, don't forget Kick, Guster. Everyone forgets Kick. Nobody watches on Kick. I'm streaming. I have one viewer, that is you, Guster. Nobody watches Division on Kick. Balls. I'm going to shout you out on my X post, chat. Alright, I've shouted you out on my X post as well because you're all amazing. Posted. All good in the hood. Yes, Kingdom. Are you here, Kingdom? The Danvers Assets merit is bugged. So if you go into it, into the commendation, it changes. So every time you log in, it goes from 0 to 16 or 1 for 16. I've got all of the cards, all 16 of the cards. So yeah, it's bugged. Right, chat, that's gonna be it. Short and sweet. I'll probably come back. I'm gonna try and come back tomorrow. I've had a really good time tonight. Thank you so much. If you subbed, if you give bits, if you did anything extra, I appreciate you. If you ever watch on YouTube, chat, and you see more of me over there, and you don't, if you think like I don't see much on Twitch, you have the option to join on the YouTube channel if that's something you want to do. You don't have to do it, but there is an option. I think it's cheaper than Twitch as well, so if that's something that you want to do, you can do. That's the option over on YouTube. But yeah, it has been wonderful to hang out with you guys. Thanks again. I could not do it without you. There was like 180 of you in here at one point, which is insane considering I've just been rabbling on for ages. Right, chat, where do you want to go? Where would you want to go? We have got streaming right now. Nothing But Skills, Streamer House, Wids, GC Rock. Where do you want to go, chat? Where does my chat want to go? Nothing But Skills. My man. My man. My man. Alright, cool. Let's go. Alright, Richard, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you, buddy. Chat, have a lot of fun. Spam some tickle emotes if you've got them in Wids' chat. Wids' chat. Skills' chat. I appreciate you, and I will see you again very soon. Thank you for all love and support. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for the follows. You are all amazing. Invalid username? How is Nothing But Skills an invalid username? Copy. Zane, thank you for saying hi for the first time. Raid.
Incoming backup request.
Hey, there we go. 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 And you're all going, chat. You're all going. Make sure you press that raid button if you've not been autoed in. Thing is, chat, just remember, bots don't work with raids, and look, you're all going over. Love you guys. I cannot do this without you. Honestly, I love you all so much. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. And I'll see you next time. Thanks again.